Hey everybody. Well, as you can see by the helmet, I'm doing some cutting today. I have a road right behind me, a gravel right behind me, but I had this beautiful little pocket of box elder that's surrounded by a sea of CRP that I knew I could set some bedding up in. So I've cut here about a day and a half and got a great little bedding pocket set up on the edge of the CRP. So there is a low, infrequently used gravel road right behind us. I haven't seen too many cars when I've been out here, but I'm okay with that because it feels so secure in this bedding area, and there's no trees within probably 200 to 300 yards of this little island. So it truly is an island in the CRP. So I wanted to set up bedding in here because it's box elders, which are perfect trees for bedding and hinge cuts. All right, I'll take you into it. Let me show you what I got. So from the outside, it doesn't look like much. You can see a few trees I left standing, a few oaks, a few box elders for seed. But once we get in it, it is gnarly and thick. So I have tons of these little canopy beds set up throughout this thing. All right, we got one there. Got a nice one down in there. There's a really nice one down right over there. And I hinged the trees out into the CRP around here. Now there's a ridge, little mini ridge that runs right here. I made sure to leave this open. And I have beds set up all throughout the ridge. So bed down in there. Nice canopy bed there. Of course, a beautiful escape cutting up through there. Got a bed here. See, not every bed has a canopy. I have some that focus more on that adjacent side cover and others with the canopy. I give them both. Bed there, escape's cutting out. There's a good bed right here. Right back in there, tough to see. Another good bed. Right there. Nice bed right there. I mean, I'm giving them so many bedding options. Bed right here. Focusing on the flat spots where I can. Bed right here. What happens when you do the canopied beds, you get a little bit of settling. So a couple of these will have to get cleaned up at some point. I try to do my best to look up and see if there's any dead branches sticking out, because that's what kind of falls into the beds. As long as I clean those up, it tends to work really well. There's a beautiful little bed back in there, just a nice pocket. We'll go up this way. But yeah, for the most part, I can set them up where there's not a lot of maintenance where you have to come back to them. Bed here. All these beds will get sprayed out with a either ground clear or 2,4-D/glyphosate cocktail. I want to keep the beds open, so here's just kind of a nice grassy area. Still got a good canopy, but spot it seemed like I could see a deer bedding. Well, it kicks out to the CRP over here. You can see there, big CRP field. But you look back, we have thick bedding, even with some of the higher cuts. Now, one huge benefit to doing some of the higher cuts, if I would have cut this low, everything waist level and under, I would have had to spend twice as long in here cleaning up, because I'd have way more trees in the way, which is now I can duck under a lot of this. So if you want to create a lot more work for yourself, and bedding that's definitely not going to be better than this type of bedding, maybe even a little bit worse, and cut everything low. But if you want to create ease of movement for the deer and yourself and less work, cut a few higher so you can get around in it easier, and the deer can as well. Okay, we got beds up in here. Here we got a little bit more full sun. I don't hinge every tree. These are some trees I didn't hinge. I think this was an old rock pile. I saw a lot of rocks sticking out. And of course the box elder found a way to grow in here along with a few oaks. Nice bed there. I got some more beds tucked up over there. I'm just gonna not go that direction. Here again, we're at the edge, tipped out into the CRP. We expanded this woods basically because the trees are gonna grow up in and through a lot of these trees that I feathered out into the CRP. Beautiful bed right here. But we just added about 20 yards to the woods, if not more. Along the whole edge, I have tons of spots where they can kick out. So deer could kick out over there, back there. Got a trail going like that out here. I want them not to feel boxed in. There's a nice little bed right up in there. Yeah, you get the idea. This is a small island hinge cut. There's a really nice bed down in there. Small island hinge cut. And something just sounds like a rabbit or something. What do we got running over here? Now I'm curious. Maybe a fawn. Something was bedded up in there. Oh, there it goes. Oh no, just a bird. Anyway, so that is the CRP hinge cut. I found one bed or two beds that already had hair in them, so I'll add that to the end of the video. But it was just awesome to see because I was in here 4 days ago. There's already been deer in here. Saw deer poop, saw a couple beds with hair in it, so they're using it. And this was wide open spaces before. So bust out the saw if you have these types of trees. Box elder, you can really turn a worthless spot into a good spot quickly. Alright, so I'll tack that part onto the end. But otherwise, you all take care. God bless. Came back 4 days later. Just made this bed 4 days ago. Look at all the deer hair. This is literally in the middle of a wide open CRP field. An island, small island of box elders. There's two beds actually here. One right here, one right there. Both had deer hair in it. But you can see the well-worn impression with all this deer hair. I mean, all over it. So, very cool to see. Why do they like it? I'll bust this stick out of the way. But had an escape out that way, escape out this way. And escape out this way. 3 good escapes. Nice kind of ridge top right here. Perfect spot to bed. Awesome.